What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than the previous ones I've posted, and the reason being for that is a truck that's behind me. Really quickly, I do want to let you know that I will have an update on the F750 CrewCab build series at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around for that. Anyway, I realized the other day that I keep posting shorts about this white truck that's behind me, and I haven't introduced it to you guys or shown you guys what it is, what it isn't, and future plans that I have with it, maybe on the channel, maybe not. So in today's video, that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna go check out my 1966 F250 two-wheel drive field find. So this is my 1966 F250 two-wheel drive pickup truck. I found this in a field about 30 minutes from where I grew up at, and it was literally just sitting in the field. And it had a ton of trash in the back. It was pretty much left to die, right? So I went up to the guy, asked him if I could purchase it, and I ended up buying it for, God, $500-600 with the title, which was awesome. Now, the only downfall about it was it didn't run. So I figured, heck, for the body style and the nostalgia as well as the year, I figured, you know, that was pretty much worth its weight in scrap metal. So I picked it up. Very first thing I had to do was get it running. Now, I just had to rebuild the carb, do a couple other things to it, and it started running. I don't have any of that on camera, anything like that, because I really wasn't into YouTube at the time. However, since then, I have had to put a new motor in it. Now, the new motor isn't anything special. It's still just another V6. I essentially use the same block, obviously. I just wanted to get it running for the sake of the YouTube channel and for the sake of just being able to drive it around and use it as a grocery getter and just have fun with it, right? No matter where I go, no matter what I'm doing, I get stopped or I'm at a gas station, people are always telling me, that is the coolest thing ever. Literally, just the other day, someone at the gas station told me that him and his buddy used to drive to baseball practice in a 1965 F250. So it's pretty cool to have people that you've never met with, that you connect with right off the bat. So enough blabbering. I want to kind of get into the nitty-gritty of this, and we're running out of sunlight, so I better get to it. It being in a field for a while, there's a lot of kind of dings against it, right? It does have a lot of surface rust, but right now with the whole patina and the way the world is going with patina and classic vehicles, this is kind of what you want. The only bad part about this that has any sort of cancer is in the back of the bed. Now you can see it. It's eating its way through there, but everything else is extremely solid. Now, the reason for that is I want to believe that it's all the trash that was left in the back of this bed. Over time, obviously all the rain, there was a ton of cans, so I'm sure there was just liquid and moisture on that metal for years and years and years. Now, I do have a tailgate. I do have a short that said I bought the most expensive, you know, tailgate on the market, 2x6s, which it's kind of true, but kind of not really. So I do have a tailgate for it, and the reason why it's gone is I actually took it to a body and paint shop. And what I'm doing with that is the Ford lettering, the FORD, is originally red on this. So what I'm doing is I'm getting the red repainted the factory red that it came with. So it's gonna be really bright, really vibrant red on the FORD. I'm gonna post a picture of what I'm referring to somewhere on here. Anyways, FORD is gonna be bright red, brand new, and then I'm testing out the clear coat. So I'm having them clear coat the whole thing, the whole tailgate, to keep this patina look. The tailgate is in really great condition, no rust, except for this surface rust. So it's gonna look exactly like that with just really bright, really vibrant red Ford. And I think that's gonna look really stellar on this, and it's also gonna kind of show me what it's gonna look like, a preview of it all clear coated. So future plans I have with this, I've really wanted to do a body swap onto a 6.0 chassis. I really wanna find a wrecked 6.0 and toss this bad boy on it. The reason for being that is my very first Super Duty I ever owned was a 6.0. I think they're pretty awesome motors, of course, once you fork out a ton of money into them. And then also, I already have a 6.7. I use a 7.3 for a work truck, and it'd be kind of cool to go back to the 6.0, and I think a 1966 with a 6.0 would be a hell of a truck and make for a hell of a build series. So you guys are gonna have to let me know in the comment section, do I do a 6.0? Do I coyote motor it? What would you guys suggest, and what would you guys like to see on the channel? I'm not dead set on anything. I'm not dead set on the 6.0. What I am dead set on is doing a body swap, because as much as I like the two-wheel drive, as much as I like driving it around, I wish I could get a little bit of height out of this. Now, I don't want a ton. I don't want some show-worthy 12-inch lift. All I really want is legitimately 4 inches. I think, oh, there's a fellow fan. Anyways, what I think is a great look and a great stance is 4 to 6 inches with 33s to 35s. I think that is one of the best looks. I've had Broncos that have that look, and that's kind of what I want to do with this. So we'll check out the interior next. Like I said, it's pretty rough. It sat in a field for years and years and years. Oh, there's that short. Everyone that's asking me, oh, you didn't have the choke out, you didn't do this, your ground suck, you know, you suck as a driver. I literally had someone comment today that the truck is an inanimate object, so it must be the operator. Well, here's the dead battery. So there's proof to that. So if I do the cab or the chassis swap, I do want to redo the interior, but I want to keep it old school. I'm all about resto mods. I don't want to do interior swaps. I like the way old school feels. Now, I might upgrade the steering wheel, obviously the power steering, because that is a freaking nightmare with how big the steering wheel is. But besides that, if and when I do the body swap, update the interior, I want to move the tank out of there because there's literally no room. Now, I'm not an insanely tall person. I'm right under 6 feet tall, and driving this for a long period of time, my legs are cramped while driving, and that's just not a very fun or comfortable thing. And if I have a 6.0, I'll be able to do road trips and things like that in it, and I don't want to be cramped the whole time and uncomfortable. So that's kind of the interior of what I want to do. Like I said, I'm not dead set on it, and so if I were to do a body or an interior swap, I wouldn't be completely opposed to it. But at the end of the day, I really like the old school look. You guys are gonna have to let me know in the comments, do you like old school over new school? Do I keep the interior? Do I get rid of it? You guys will have to let me know. Oh, here's a little bit of, no cancer, but a lot more surface rust. There's no floors. There are holes right there, but I think those are factory, because if you look at them, they're very, very circular. The diameter of them is perfect. There's another one there. Alrighty, under the hood, like I said, nothing special, nothing too crazy. Rebuilt the V6. It's 4-speed tranny, so you don't get a lot of power out of it, but it is reliable, it is really fun. This is fresh, it's got less than 1,000 miles on it, and it's still getting broken into, but like I said, for the sake of what it is, I like it. Now, the reason why I didn't put a V8 in it, and I've been asked this why I didn't, is because of the idea of body swapping it. There's not a point in forking out a ton of money into motor work, into things like that, into, you know, suspension, whatever, if I'm going to just body swap it. For a $500, $600, $700 truck, I think it served its purpose, and if I can body swap it onto a different chassis, I think that would be freaking awesome. But like I said, for the purpose of what I do with it now, the rebuilt V6 is perfect. Now, it still gets trash gas mileage. I'm still constantly at the gas station filling up. So, I mean, with classic vehicles or older vehicles, you don't buy them and drive them for the fuel mileage. You drive them and buy them because it makes you feel a certain way, you look cool in them, and there's a lot of nostalgia. We'll check out the wheels and tires. Now, the very first time, well, not the first time, about the third time I drove this, we actually tore down a house and rebuilt on the lot, and this thing literally took walls out to the dumps. Well, about the third trip out, I blew a tire. So immediately when I got this running, I had to get new wheels and tires. I like the old school look. There's literally no wear and tear on these things, maybe 1,000 miles on them, not a ton. I mean, you still got the factory markings, things like that. The coolest part about this whole entire truck is my license plates. Now, you can go ahead and run these plates, do whatever you want with them, because the vehicle's not registered, mainly because I just bought these online and I haven't had time to register it. Anyways, Idaho 66 plates from the year 1966, obviously, on a 1966 F250. Now, the cool thing about Idaho, where I live, is the plates, they don't expire. Whoever owns them can register them. So this famous potato is gonna be registered hopefully in the next couple days, maybe a couple weeks. The DMV sucks, as you guys all know. So go ahead and run these. I have no idea who the previous owner was, but maybe it'd be cool to kind of get some history on my truck, well, on this plate. So I figured I should do a startup video for you guys, because when I posted my short on when my battery died, I did get a lot of flack in the comment section, like, oh, your truck's not in neutral. Oh, you didn't, you know, engage the clutch. Oh, you don't know how to drive an old vehicle because your choke was in. Anyway, let's go. Let's test her out. Now, choke's out, boys. It's in neutral. I'm about to put the clutch in. Now it's gonna be really embarrassing if this doesn't start now. But ooh, we got some love. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Would you look at that? Now, there you go. Now, it is a little loud when I engage the clutch, and every time I, you know, engage it while I'm driving, it does squeak. So I do need to do a little bit of research on what that is and fix it, because it's kind of embarrassing. But that's pretty much it. Let me... Jeez, I'm on the struggle bus. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand. But there it is. It runs, it starts. I'm not just an idiot. I know how to drive my own truck. So I appreciate the concern. I appreciate the suggestions on, you know, buy a new truck, don't buy an old truck, learn how to drive, make sure your, you know, choke is in. Well, speaking of choke, boop. So I'm officially running out of daylight here, and so I figured I'd better hurry up and update you guys on the F750 CrewCab build series. Kyle and I are figuring out the coolant system and the setup for that. Now, we have a massive engine bay in the F750. However, the depth from the grill to the firewall isn't actually that much compared to the stock 2016 F250. So, which leads us with a couple issues, and that's obviously with the coolant system. Now, we shoved the motor and transmission as far back into the firewall as possible without compromising safety and maneuverability. And when I say that, you know, working on the 6.7 motor and things like that. So we shoved it as close to the firewall as possible, which means we can't shove it back obviously any further. And now that we're dealing with the coolant system, we're having a little bit of issue with shoving everything in place. When I first originally measured it, we were going to be literally nip and tuck. We were going to be within an inch of what the factory had compared to what the F750 could offer. And at the end of the day, we're going to make it fit, but like most diesel swaps, the grill is going to be modified a little bit. Now, I don't want to say too much, because obviously then why would you guys even need to watch the new episode? But that's pretty much where we're at. We're we're fabbing up a new coolant system setup, as well as mounts for it, just to make it work. Now it's going to be awesome. The nice part is all of our lines, everything's going to be tucked. You're not going to see any coolant hoses, things like that. There are some other builds online, on Instagram, on YouTube, that you literally see the coolant hoses dangling, or, you know, certain electrical wires hanging, stuff like that. We want to do this as best as we can. Now, obviously, we're not professionals by any means, but that doesn't mean we can't make it look like it's been professionally done. So that's the update that I have for you guys. I'm hoping, I can't guarantee when it's going to come out, because I don't know when I'm going to post this video, but hopefully the next couple of days from this video, we're going to have that new coolant system setup video out for you guys to watch. And I hope it helps some people out that are maybe thinking about doing a 6.7 swap. We're running into a lot of, not issues, but learning curves. That's what I'm going to say. We're running into a lot of learning curves, and I hope it helps someone in the future, because I'm tired of just seeing come-in swaps on YouTube. So stay tuned for that. Next couple days it's going to be posted, but I hope you guys like my 66 Ford. It's nothing special. It doesn't haul ass, but it is about the coolest truck I own. It's a head turner. Everyone at gas station, stores, wherever you're at, thinks it's freaking cool. So that's good enough for me. And the smile I get behind the wheel while I'm driving it is about the most rewarding thing in the world. So hope you guys liked it. There's gonna be a lot more shorts on it. And let me know in the comments, should we keep it to build on the series? Should we body swap it? Should we just engine swap it? What do you guys think we should do with it? And let me know, and maybe we can make it happen. So stay tuned for the next video. I'm out. Look at that, even the lights work.